Hello friends, you are welcome back to our channel. On this channel, we share wonderful visa tips and school application tips. If you are new here, please consider subscribing. Today, I'm going to share with you what you must do to overcome your previous visa denial. I have been in that position before. I understand the anxiety, the challenges, and sometimes the fears that comes with being denied your visa. Especially when you are coming for studies and your visa is denied. It is a blow because it affects your plan and some people, their career goal. So in this video, I'm going to share with you from my personal experience, from experiences of other people, and from the interactions we have with students like you, so that you can avoid and fix what is wrong. Let's get right into the video. The first thing to know is that it is okay to have a visa denial. You are not the first person who go through that process. In my first visa application, I was denied. But the most important thing is identify what went wrong. This is a key moment in the process that people skip. Sometimes when we go for the visa interview and we don't get the visas, we come out and we try to deny our role in the reason why we were denied. We try to put the blame on the consular. Oh, the consular was denying everybody. Oh, the consular didn't listen to us. He didn't listen to me. He didn't allow me to explain. Yes, that is fine. But what went wrong genuinely? Sit down and assess yourself. Assess your preparation. Assess the way you filled your visa form. Assess the way you answered your question. Be genuine to yourself and ask yourself what went wrong. It is until you do that, then you know how to fix that. Now, after you've asked yourself what went wrong, the concern is, how do I fix it? For some people, you were denied because you didn't pay attention to filling the visa forms. Some people don't pay attention because they give the visa form to agents or other people to fill for them. They did not even know what was in it. They were not consistent with the answers they gave and the answers that they provided on the DS-160 form. So the first thing, if you know you are in this category, is to make sure that you fill a new corrected DS-160 form, because the DS-160 form is an important form in your visa application. If you want to know how to fill the DS-160 form, we have a video that you can check up here to help you. Now, there are some people who also try to change situations in their application process. For example, you are coming to school and your visa has been denied. The first thing that comes into your mind is because of the school, or is because of my sponsor. So you attempt to change the school or change the sponsor. But sometimes the problem is not because of the school or the sponsor. There are some people who changes the sponsor in their second interview and they still get denied. The question is that, for example, if your sponsor in the first interview was your brother, and now you are saying your father is sponsoring you, why didn't your father sponsor you in the first interview? Where was your father? This is an information you cannot hide. It's not something that can change within the shortest possible time. It is okay if your sister, your father, your brother is sponsoring you and you were denied. But this time you have a scholarship from the school. This time you have a sponsorship from an agency, from a government, or from your company. That is different. You could argue that when you came for the visa interview, the scholarship committee or the sponsorship committee had not made a decision on your sponsorship. But when your father is sponsoring you, or when your uncle is sponsoring you in your first interview, and your second interview, immediately 2 weeks after, your father is now sponsoring you, it casts doubt on your application. Also about schools. Why do you want to change your school? If you could have changed a school, why didn't you come with the second school that you are changing? Right? So it doesn't make sense to just change a school. Perhaps you can only change school when you can defend that. In my first interview, I had not heard from this school, or this school had not gone through. Even with that, you must prove substantially that this school comes with a better offer. Maybe scholarship, maybe in terms of academic fits, right? So that the consular will believe you. Don't just change schools or sponsors in your second visa interview without a genuine reason to support it. That is very important. Thirdly, check your communication. One of the key aspects of the visa interview is communication. There are some people who are denied not because they don't have good stories or they don't have good documents or what have you. They are denied because the consular did not understand or hear anything they said. They couldn't communicate in a clearly, concise or briefly or whatever English. Sometimes our accent matter in the visa interview room. The consulars speak fast because they are Americans. So there are some people who don't even hear the questions that the consular asks them. They go ahead to answer the question even though they didn't hear. It is okay to politely ask the consular to repeat the question. Please, can you repeat the question as I did not hear you well? The flip side, we also have a different accent. So sometimes when you speak, the consular will not hear you well. Americans don't pronounce their T's as Ghanaians do. So make sure that you practice your answers in a way that you can speak clearly for the consular to hear you. Communication is important. So if you believe that in your visa interview you couldn't communicate well, the best thing you could do is find a coach who will help you in mock interviews or visa preparation, or you can see yourself speaking in a mirror, or you can have a good friend who can review your answers in order to help you. When you do that, you don't only prepare to communicate well, you also build your confidence because you are preparing in the right way. So check your communication when you go for your next interview. Very important tip. Don't go to the interview trying to sound like an American. Speak in your own accent, but be clear. Please, I'm here to be interviewed for my F1 visa because I'm going to the United States. No! Just speak like a Ghanaian. I am here to be interviewed for my F1 visa. Right? Or as a Nigerian, or as a Congolese, or whatever. Don't try to copy or speak in an accent that will not help you. Don't try to do that. That will not help. The next thing is check the purpose of your travel. One of the key things about the US visa interview is purpose of travel. Sometimes people do not know that the purpose of travel connects with everything. The reason why you are traveling may determine whether you need to travel, you need to spend the money you are spending, or it will determine whether you come back or not. So when you go for your visa interview, the first questions that the consulars ask are key. There are some people who go for the visa interview and they prepare in a certain way. And when they go, they expect the consular to ask them questions in those certain way. And when those questions do not come in those certain way, they freak out. It happened to me. I prepared, answered questions, and on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, people share their experiences and they were like, when you go, the first question is, what are you going to study in the United States? Or what are you going to do in the United States? That is how I prepared. I went and the first question was, how old are you? So make sure that you clearly know the purpose, you understand the visa rules, you understand the entire process. This will lead us to our final point, which is memorizing answers. Just understand the general expectation of the consular. The consular want to know that you are a genuine student. The consular want to know that you are really coming for visitation. So you can give the purpose in different ways. You don't have to memorize answers and try to produce exact answers that you memorize. There are times that you prepared and you prepared with the question, what is your purpose of going into the United States? Now you go and they ask the question in a different way. Why do you want to travel to the United States? You just have to understand the entire story that you are presenting. You are a student, but you are working with an NGO in Ghana. You've seen the gap in public administration. You've seen how policies are made that do not favor people in the NGO industry. That motivated you to go and study in the United States or to apply for masters with the hope that after school you return and come and help the NGO and your community. This is your story, and you can present this story in so many ways to establish that you are genuinely coming to the US to study, or you are genuinely coming for the conference or coming to visit somebody. The consulars are already aware of how people want to use various means to get visas. So they want to get the qualified people into their country. So make sure that you are clear about your purpose of travel. If you need help in thinking about some of these things, it is okay. Find somebody who can help you. We can help you do that. Think about that on our free time. We try to set some time to help students and visa applicants like you. Just reach out to us on our email beitlamad@gmail.com or on our website www.beitlamad.com. Let's see if we have some time to spare with you to help you in the visa process. We also have a Telegram page that you can join. We will leave the link in the video description. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not done so. Like, share, and let us know your comments in the comment section. Thank you for watching.